If you're new to the channel, I thank you for being here. This is Everything Compact Tractor, and that's what we're going to cover, is mostly everything that has to do with a compact tractor. In this case, we've got a job that we're doing here today. We're tearing out a bunch of weeds and grass from an overgrown parking lot. Now, most of the weeds that are here are over 12 inches in height. I didn't show particularly that part of it. That'll be in a later video regarding how to use a box blade. But this video is mainly showing what using two different tractor attachments, the box blade and a landscape rake. What we're going to be showing here is the final product of using two different implements together to accomplish what we want to in the end, which is clearing up this parking lot and getting it where it looks halfway decent again. Now, one of the things that we did here, we didn't cut the grass on it, and the main reason why is if we cut the grass, of course, cutting it would chop it up into small pieces. We didn't want to do that. What we wanted to do was keep it tall, so once we drag this stuff out and break it out of the ground, we could go back with our landscape rake and rake it up and get it all clean and nice. Otherwise, we'd have a bunch of cut grass up in here, and that's not what we wanted. Now, we're not going to be able to take every piece of grass or weed out that's growing. We can go back and use a weed killer on that. But the main thing is we're getting the majority out of it, and we're going to end up with a nice gravel driveway, or nice gravel parking lot in the end. So, if you would, I'm going to show exactly how we set this up, what we have found with our box blade to be the best way to cut weeds out. I'm not a big fan of using the scarifiers real deep. And the reason why is you don't know exactly how deep your base is, either on your driveway or on a gravel parking lot like this. You're going to end up going down into the soil. I don't want to mix the soil in with my gravel. So all I'm doing, I've got this adjusted just enough so that the front scarifiers are just digging in maybe a ½ inch, and that's actually leaving them set at their lowest setting, or their highest setting, excuse me. The other thing is I'm slightly tilting forward my box blade so that I'm getting more of a cutting action with the inside blade as I'm driving forward. That would make the outside blade roughly a ½ inch off of the ground, and it cuts pretty good. Anything further, and you end up lifting the inside blade up to a point that you've got no blades contact in the ground, and the only thing that I'm digging in with is a scarifier, and that's not what I want to do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and since I've gotten this part of it, I'll come back over to the camera and I'll walk around and show you what it's taken up so far. Okay, so far this shows you the grass that we've ripped up. And by leaving it intact and not cutting it up, you can see we've got a pretty good area there that we're going to be able to grab with our landscape rake. And we're not going to get every single bit of it, but we're going to get the majority of it up. And I left it in piles, and that's so that I can go through it with the landscape rake. If by any chance a landscape rake doesn't level this out, which landscape rake usually does do a good job of leveling, I can go back with my box blade and pull this gravel around. But as you can see here, we got a pretty good mess of weeds. That goes to show you just about how much we had here. A lot of overgrowth. Most of it looked just like this right here. This is what it looked like before we started. So a lot of Bermuda grass, a lot of weeds. That pile of gravel right there is for another project that we'll be showing later. So you're going to want to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure that you don't miss this part of it. This is going to go for the driveway. We've got a lot of water that comes down through here, so we've got a lot of work that we've got to do on this area. But anyway, let's go ahead and get that box blade off there. Let's attach the landscape rake, and let's get started raking this up and kind of cleaning it up. Before we get started, I want to apologize. It's going to be extremely dusty. We are in South Central Texas. We are in a drought. This is like powder dry, so please just bear with me, and I know it's going to put a lot of dust up, and hopefully it won't mess up the recording. Here we go. know before anybody says anything, I have a dust mask on, but you can't actually talk really good with a dust mask and have anybody understand you. We're not going to get every single piece of grass out of this, but it's a lot better looking than if we would have started out with it being totally cut. We will eventually, in the end, we'll have it nice and smooth and get most of this overcut grass out of it. Okay, I think it did a pretty good job. We still got a lot of grass in here. Like I said, we'll have to spray a lot of this. Areas like this that are up close to the shop, we can't do much with that because it's at an angle that kind of ramps up to the into the entranceway right there. So, but for the most part, all this out in here, I mean, this is huge compared to what it was. Huge difference. And we're back, and we are going to need a little bit of little bit more fill. We'll bring that in and put some more road base down. Not fill, road base. Anyway, we'll bring in some road base, put some road base down, get this built back up, spray first. Anyway, it looks pretty good, I think. But I mean, combined, you can't beat the two together. The box blade and the landscape rake, I mean, this would have been a monumental job trying to rake this out by hand. And it's like I said, we accomplished what we were looking for, and we've got it all that grass ripped out of here. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And now we just need to make sure that we upkeep it where it doesn't grow back. But I want to thank you. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment down in the bottom. You know, let us know if you work projects like this, what you've done. And if you got a better way of doing it, let us know. I mean, this is just the way that I do it. But anyway, appreciate you watching, and like, subscribe, and we've got a lot more projects that are lined up, and you're not going to want to miss them. But anyway, thank you for watching. We appreciate it.